All right, have and have not fans. Now, this interesting scene from the last episode has people talking, and it has to do with the fact that Tyler Perry did something that was very shocking to me, and it wasn't just the ending with Veronica setting the cars on fire, but the fact that Wyatt brought up Catherine's breast cancer from season 1. I'm talking like what, this was in 2013 when we learned about, Catherine having cancer, going through the surgery and whatnot, and it was never spoken of again. I mean, yeah, she was obviously fatigued for the rest of the season, either being in bed or just sitting around the house and talking with people, but it was never brought up again that she had the cancer, because then we jumped to the whole Wyatt hitting Benny and little Lizzie, the Malones being introduced, Amanda going crazy, and then her death, then running for governor. So the breast cancer never really came up again, but it was finally brought up, and that was one shocking thing for me. But the other question is, how did Wyatt know? Like, how in the world did he know that his mother had cancer? For me, it makes no sense due to the fact that, Wyatt straight up said, there's a lot of stuff that I know that you don't know about. I wish he would have elaborated on that, because that really leads me to believe that Wyatt's character is not going to be killed off anytime soon, because the fact he knows more than he's ever revealed means that he's probably going to be a major character in upcoming episodes or upcoming seasons. Now, I've talked about in my episode review, I honestly don't know how Wyatt could have known that his mother had a cancer, because if you look at the time frames, obviously he had been in rehab for several months under the careful eye of Jeffrey. Remember, he wasn't even staying at his parents' house. He was at Veronica's rehabilitation center or facility, and he would make occasional visits to the Cryer estate. And I think that he was on the cusp, or a couple of weeks away from being free, if you will. I forgot the exact number. I know that Jeffrey kept hyping him up. It's like, hey, you've been clean for X amount of days or weeks or whatever, but he still had anger management issues, which is obvious, but he wasn't around the house. And I know that in early episodes we saw, I think it was like at the beginning of episode 2, Catherine was like, what was it, like her bed sheets or whatever, she was trying to clean them herself in like the sink or whatnot, and Hannah tried to offer to help, but she refused, and there was blood in it. And then in earlier episodes, later episodes from there, I think that Catherine was having cramps or something, and Hannah, this is before they were close now. This was when Hannah knew that Catherine had the cancer, but Catherine was trying to hide it. I think it came down to, Catherine having trouble even, bending over to take off her shoes to lay in bed. And yeah, then Hannah revealed that she knew what Catherine was going through because of the fact that she just survived cancer herself, and that's how the two became close. Then from there, that's when she went to Mercy Hospital to have the surgery, and came out at the same time. Well, actually, yeah, she came out of the hospital the same time that Amanda came out of the hospital from trying to take her own life. And then Wyatt, Jim confronted her because they tried to contact Catherine, but she wasn't answering the phone because she claimed she was going on vacation. This was after, I believe, that Candace revealed that, her and Jim were having an affair. I think it happened after the episode number 9. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it happened after the whole number 9 situation. Because that's when Catherine was like, I'm going on vacation, Jim. You can run around with these whores if you want to. I'm going to go and I'm going to come back. And he kept going on about how, the announcement for my run for governor is coming up soon, so you better be here when it's time. So I don't know how Wyatt could have known that his mother was going through cancer, because I know that at the end of season 1, after coming out of the surgery and whatnot, Catherine was like, you know what, I'm just going to sit back and watch it all fall apart. I tried everything I could to be the glue that held this family together, and I almost killed myself in the process, so I'm not going to do that anymore. And it's like my husband, I'm dying right in front of my husband and my children. They can't see it, they don't care, so why should I worry about them? So yeah, the fact that Wyatt knew is very interesting. Like, we've seen bits and pieces of Wyatt being smarter than he lets on because of his addictions. Like in like the early episodes. What was it? Episode 2 when Candace, wait a minute. trying to figure it out. It basically after Wyatt figured out that Jeffrey was gay. No, actually, I think Candace told. No. What was it? Candace and Amanda went up to Amanda's room to study, and that's when Amanda was trying to push her and Jeffrey together, and then Candace like, that man is gay. And then Amanda's talking with Wyatt, and then Wyatt sets up his camera or his like webcam or computer webcam while he's pretending to be asleep. When Jeffrey comes in to wake him up, it's like, hey, breakfast is ready or something like that. It's like, yeah, I'll be downstairs. And then, you know, he pretends to be asleep. No, Wyatt is pretending to be asleep. Jeffrey walks in and he's like, yeah, I'll be down for breakfast. He just, you know, rolls over in bed, and then the camera catches Jeffrey looking at him, licking his lips, and then Jeffrey's like, I got you. Oh, Wyatt's like, I got you. And then throughout the season, it's about Wyatt gathering more evidence to make Jeffrey reveal that he's gay. Then you have when he found Jim's cell phone outside of the house, he figures out that it's Jim's, you know, license plate number from his first car. Then in the more recent episode, he covers the fingerprints and whatnot of the crime scene, so he does know some legal stuff. But I don't know how he would know that his mom had cancer. I mean, at the end of episode 1, we know that Wyatt pretty much knows the ins and outs of the house because he was able to find alcohol and was drinking when he saw Candace and Jim walk out of their study. And he was the first character, and absolutely correct, when he accused Candace of having an affair with his father. So Wyatt isn't as dumb as he lets on. Honestly, I never thought of him as an idiot. Of course, you know, say no to drugs and all that stuff, but he's an addict. But yeah, it's pretty interesting how he knows. I mean, it really doesn't make sense. Maybe he knows the signs of cancer. Maybe he was walking around the house and saw his mother in a painful state or something like that, or noticed bloody sheets. I don't know. It really isn't something that I can't really piece it together. I mean, the fact that he was in rehab, like, we don't know how long Catherine was suffering with cancer. Was it possible that she was suffering from the early stages of breast cancer while Wyatt was still at the house before he went to rehab? Maybe. But yeah, I honestly can't tell you. I have, maybe if more information is released, then I'll be able to break down more theories. But let me know in the comment section below, do you have any possible evidence that I might have overlooked or not remembered of how Wyatt could have possibly known that his mother was suffering through cancer? And yeah, it was pretty painful for him to say that, I wish the cancer would have killed you or something like that. That was really messed up for him to say, but that's real world. There are people, there are kids like that and parents like that feel the same way about, you know, each other respectively, that they wish they were dead. So that's really messed up. But yeah, like I said in my episode review, I am intrigued now because Tyler Perry brought up the cancer. That opens the door to so many other plot points and Easter eggs that haven't been mentioned or seen since the seasons they were talked about. So let me know in the comment section below, what do you think of Wyatt knowing that his mom has cancer? The fact that he knows the house inside and out does add more evidence to Wyatt possibly being the guy that killed Amanda. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. So tell me your thoughts. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I'll talk to you soon.